Modern pentathlon, a sport that combines skill, strength, discipline, and in the case of the mixed relay, teamwork. Men and women from 20 nations paired up to compete in the 2015 World Championships in Berlin. In a city famous for its Olympic Games of 1936, the mixed relay is still bidding to be a part of sport's greatest showcase.
To have still the top level athletes competing in the mixed relay means that they like to stay in a team event. And the team event gives a lot of meaning for the nations. And that we have only a man and a woman in the team is that to give more nations a possibility on the highest level to have athletes for that. This is a competition part, what we like to be included in the games. We are asking for so many years. And as I stated already in other interviews, if you have this in Youth Olympic Games, so the nations promoting this, training this, and why you should stop it for the Olympic Games. So that makes no sense. We are really crossing our fingers and hope that the discussion with the IOC Program Commission and actually board can be successful. And if you look how enjoyable for the athletes to be together with a team is another spirit. And we always speak about spirit of Olympism. And so please then show it and allow it to be celebrated.
The first event was in the pool, with the female athletes swimming the initial 100 metres and the men the second. The field featured some of the best modern pentathletes in the world. The second fastest heat, Heat 3, saw reigning world champions Lithuania and their Olympic champion Laura Asadaskaite. The Ukrainian team that included 2015 men's world champion Pavlo Tymoshenko, and China with their women's 2015 world silver medalist Chen Shan.
This should be a cracking heat. It'll certainly set things up for later in the day. Cuba in 2, China in 3, Korea in 4, and then 5 and 6, Ukraine and Lithuania should really go at this one. And it's amazing the difference it makes from 200 down to 100. You get a slightly different feel to the swim, and Asadaskaite is really putting in a big effort here over the first 50. And the Olympic champion is going to turn in first place, but she's being hotly pursued by Spas. Spas flew yesterday towards the back end of the 200, so expect to see her starting to move. And that's exactly what's happening now. Spas starting to get back at Asadaskaite. Spas is going to pass to Tymoshenko. Not the best swimmer in the pool, so she's going to want to give the best possible lead that she can give to him. Lane 5, very strong, and Spas is going to hand over to Tymoshenko. So Ukraine lead this one, and a really good finish from Cuba down at the bottom of your screen. That's superb from Moya. So the hand over to Figueroa, and Cuba in this one. Now, can they keep it going? Certainly Tymoshenko is going to be hunted down. We know that, not the fastest of swimmers. So it won't be a surprise to see Kinderes of Lithuania coming back at him. He's quick over 100, and Huang is the quality swimmer in this field, and no surprise to see Huang coming off the wall so strongly. But he's got company. Guo of China as well is making a move, but at the moment Huang just taking this away from the rest of the field. This is a really strong second 50 from him, and real problems at the top of the picture. Tymoshenko and Kinderes being swum out of this one. It's going to be Huang and Guo, Korea and China, and then it's going to be the touch for third. It's going to be very close between Tymoshenko and Kinderes just gets it. But 345 points for Korea. Great start for them.
Heat 4 was the fastest heat, which involved the silver medalists from the World Cup final in Minsk, Natalia Coyle and Arthur Lanigan O'Keefe, plus the World Mixed Relay silver medalist from 2014, Great Britain, albeit with Thomas Toulis, the new partner for Kate French.
Lane 2, nearest the camera, USA. Lane 3, France. Good pairing, Arteza and Below. And then it's lane 4, Great Britain. Lane 5, Russia. Lane 6, Ireland. And at the top of your picture, when we look at the pool from that side-on angle, it's the Czech Republic, Dianova and Kuf. A solid first 50. And really lovely stroke from Burjak, the Russian. Well, she is powering through the pool and just making it look so easy. And she's got Orteza for company, but it's Berjak coming off the wall and into the second 50. Russia leading and looking very strong indeed. Oh, Berjak, I just wonder whether she's gone a little bit quick here. So good over the first 50, but just starting to tie up a little, and Orteza is coming back at her very strong. And it looks like Orteza is going to hand over for France in the lead to Valentine Belot, and that's a bit of a surprise. Fantastic last 25 then from Orteza. Berjak then hands to Kustov, so Russia in second, and Dianova hands to Kuf. And Czech Republic head out into the pool in third place for this next 100. Well, Belot working hard, but Kustov is the superior swimmer. Sub 2 minutes in the 200, he does that on a regular basis. And the big man glides past Belot and comes off the wall in 1:27.41. This is going to be a really fast time for Russia to open their mixed relay campaign. So good work from Kustov. It's all about him. He's hammering the rest of this field. And after a great swim from Orteza, I'm afraid Belot in all sorts of trouble. Ireland coming back at him through Arthur Lanigan O'Keefe and Nathan Scrimshire as well for the USA. But it's Kustov that wins it in an impressive time. Ireland in second and USA pick up third, and Belot dropping way down. France in fifth. Berjak and Kustov will be delighted with that. Fastest time of the day, but the Irish pair as well with a very good swim.
We have a good start to the day anyway, so it's the same time, we're just about the same time as swimming for the rest of the year, so happy. Because it's a really hot day and we're not used to the heat that much, so it's just take each event as it comes. We're happy with the swim. If we can come out of the fence happy again, we'll see each event.
I think we're not going to take anything for granted. We're not going to have any dreaming of medal positions at the end of the day. Just stick to the processes, and hopefully that'll see us up in the top this time. Obviously on your individual days you're on your own, which makes things a bit more serious, but when me and Talia are really good friends, so we just kind of have a laugh around the place.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna agree, but no, it is really good. It's nice in the fencing as well because you've got a teammate to go around with, and we normally don't, so it's good fun. That is.
Yeah.
So the Russians posting the fastest time, followed by the Irish with strong swims from the USA, Czech Republic, South Korea and France. Ukraine and Great Britain were two of the countries with disappointing swims. The second event would see each of the pairs take it in turns to fence each of the other countries once. The Irish started strongly, but eventually faded, ending with 18 wins and 20 losses, leaving them joint 11th best fencers alongside the Lithuanians. China were the most consistent throughout, with 23 wins and 15 losses, to finish joint second in the fencing. Their score was matched by the Russians Anna Berjak and Maxim Kustov. The Koreans Yang Soo-jin and Hwang Woo-jin, and Poland's Octavia Nowacka and Simon Staskevich. The Czech Republic's Jan Kuf took care of the finger he had broken fencing earlier in the year to help post 22 wins and 16 losses. With strong disciplines to come, the 2014 individual bronze medalist and his partner 2009 women's relay champion Natalie Dianova were pleased with their performances.
It wasn't bad from my side. I am not a strong fencer, so for me it was good fencing and he was good, so I hope it helped us.
I think it's always fun to do the mix, especially because it's like more relaxed than the individual competition. So I think we both enjoyed it. And we fenced pretty well, I think so.
It's more enjoying and more fun and more relaxed competition for us, and we like this competition. I am glad that mixed relay is part of pentathlon competition.
We actually did like 2 mixed relays together before, and once a horse fell on me, so I don't have the best memories competing with Natalie, but I don't think that will happen again. So I think it only gets better.
In the end, it was Germans Christian Zillikens and Janine Coleman who gave the home crowd something to shout about, finishing strongly to win 24 of their 38 bouts. 232 points for the Germans, with Belarus, the USA, Italy and Ukraine making up the rest of the top 10 fencing scores. The bonus fencing gave a chance for the pairs to pick up additional points. In a best-of-3 scenario, each team was ranked according to their indoor fencing, with the lowest scorer going first. The winner of each bout then stays on, with every victory worth 1 second in the combined. The perfect opportunity for Great Britain's Kate French and Thomas Tulis to pick up crucial points. French had picked up a silver medal in the Mixed Relay World Championship of 2014, and this time round her bonus fencing was key. After beating Japan, France, Lithuania and Ireland, they faced Ukraine.
So Great Britain's next best-of-3 bonus round. 30-second bouts or the first hit to get onto the scoreboard. Thomas Tulis up against Pavlo Tymoshenko, and that superior reach from Tymoshenko telling. I'm afraid Tulis missing there with his attack, and Tymoshenko just getting the point onto the shoulder for the score. Next out then, Anastasia Spas up against Kate French. Kate French, a really good fencer. On the right side of your picture, looking for the green light against Spas, and Spas giving her a lot of respect here. And French, the master with that footwork of staying out of distance. Inside the last 20 seconds then, they've got to engage. Oh, good work. An attack from Spas. French moves away, and then the counter hit for the score. It's 1-1. Both fencers stay on the piece then to decide this. So next hit wins it to advance. Will Spas risk an attack here against the very dangerous French? Well, she does, but no hit called. Neither fencer managing to land the point on the target area, which is the whole body in épée. And last 10 seconds and French does it. Spas misses and French just tags her underneath the armpit for the win. And Great Britain are through. Italy, the next opponents for Great Britain, and this would make it a 6-win run if they can get through this one. Kate French then up against Francesca Tognetti. And a very confident move down the piste in this first 20-second bout from French. And she's got Tognetti on the back foot. Great move from French, straight through the defence. Just beats Tognetti's blade out of the way and then hits the target for 1-0. It's warm work out there. And Tulis next up onto the piste against the left-hander, the tricky left-hander, Valerio Grasselli. He's fast, he's aggressive, Grasselli, and Tulis aware of that marvellous footwork of the British fencer, though, just keeping him out of range for the moment. And it's Tulis that attacks, and a really good parry from Grasselli. Just takes Tulis's blade away. Hits the target to level it, and we're going to go to a decider in this one as well. Back-to-back thrillers here for Great Britain. Next hit wins it, a running attack from Grasselli, but Tulis deals with it. 6 wins and counting for Great Britain.
In that particular bonus round, I think Kate held me up a bit. I was getting the hits when I needed to, but I think Kate was the real hero in that bonus round.
No, I couldn't have done it without Tom. I felt I had a bit of making up to do, so, but it was good. We worked well together.
I think in a mixed terrain, don't want to say you have to rely on like someone else, but it's good to have someone else to motivate you whilst you're in the fencing situation or you're in the bonus round, and in all events really. It's good to have Kate like on my back, like telling me what to do, keeping me up. So yeah, it's great.
Well, every second will be a bonus, so we had six, so yeah, that should be great.
Great Britain's run was ended by the USA, but their 6 wins remained the best sequence of the day. Poland's Oktavia Nowacka and Simon Staskevich were also looking to make up for lost points, and they put together an impressive 4-bout winning streak before they faced Germany in a bid to claim the bonus fencing crown.
Oktavia Nowacka up against Janine Coleman in this first 30-second bout. And Nowacka will be looking to use that superior reach of hers on the left side of the piece, looking to light up the red light and indicate a hit. Oh dear, and the green light's gone on for Coleman mid-action. And maybe she's just touched the electronic piece with the blade. Just waiting to sort this out. Technicalities all okay. And away we go again. Navaska still a little concerned about the attacking prowess of Coleman. Oh, that's brilliantly done. And the first score on the board for Germany. And that's quite superb from Coleman. Just blocks that attack with the guard, moves it aside, and gets her point on. That prime position there from the German before she finally hits through into the body of Navaska. So pressure on Poland. But Stasiewicz is a really good fencer. So there's every opportunity here to level the scores at 1-1. Next 30 seconds then. Stasiewicz looking for a red light on the left side of the piste. Up against the German Christian Zelekens, and Zelekens giving him quite a bit of respect here. And he's got to watch himself. He's right to the back of the piste area now, and he tries to attack. Well defended by Stasiewicz. Just blocked that Zelekens attack and then drove through with that running flesh attack. Flesh, French for arrow, and that's exactly what Stasiewicz was there on the piste, an arrow to his target. And Navaska knows it's on now. Deciding hit then for the win in the bonus fencing. Stasiewicz once again onto the front foot and a lunge into the shoulder of Christian Zelekens. Poland do it in the winner-takes-all final hit. They win the bonus fencing by 2-1.
I like this team spirit, especially on fencing. You could see at the bonus round we get on really well with Octavia, and I think that it's making our results better in relay.
I think that we are a great team, and I really like start with Simon.
So the 4 bonus points strengthens Poland's position on the leaderboard, with the Russians out in front in the overall standings. In recent times, modern pentathlon has prided itself on being a global sport, with athletes taking part from 6 continents. One of the more intriguing stories is that of the Cuban team, of Laura Moya and Jose Figueroa, who represent a country with a proud sporting tradition.
Yo empecé como nadadora.
Well, I began as a swimmer when I was 7, and at 15 I left swimming and decided to change, and I began experimenting with pentathlon. It went well, and here I am now.
I started when I was 12 in pentathlon, with my skills in biathlon, and until today I've only done pentathlon, so far I'm very happy with my performances.
No, in Cuba the sport is not done by many people. Very few people participate in pentathlon in Cuba.
It's very complicated. The fact there are 5 sports makes it very expensive. We don't have the necessary resources to practice it, but we're making advances, and that's a good thing. In the mixed relay we have more chance to improve the results than in the individual, because of the level of the European competitors in this sport. But we have been getting closer to them, and we think as Latin Americans we will be able to reach the same level as the Europeans.
Well, I am quite happy with the results, because I improved my swim, improved my fencing a lot, which had continuously let me down, but this time went very, very well. And the riding turned out excellently for me, and the shooting also went well. The weakest event was the running, as I think I felt a little tired. I was suffering from fatigue from the semi-final, but it went okay.
It's good being able to pair up. It's important in pentathlon to always maintain an average and finally to have a good combined and to improve results, of course.
He has a very good combined. When he begins to get good at fencing, then he will have very good results.
We have been improving. We had a participant taking part in the Beijing Olympics, but we couldn't qualify in the London Olympics because we had some problems with the training before the Pan American Games, and therefore we were unable to qualify directly through that competition, and by ranking was very difficult. But now this year, we think we can qualify for the Rio Olympics next year.
Well, we have 5 qualifying places in the Pan American Games. I have it a bit tougher than the men, with Yana Marquez and the American athlete, but I think I can get into the 5.
After the swimming and the fencing, it was time for the riding. Each partner has to jump 8 fences, with points deducted for drop fences as well as time penalties. The horses are unknown to the athletes, creating a unique challenge. The pairs would go in reverse order of the point standings, and 10th place Ireland needed a good ride to stand any chance of a medal.
Well, so far it hasn't been Natalia Coyle and Arthur Lanigan O'Keefe's day, but a chance to make amends now in the riding. Both excellent in this section of the competition. And a very nice start, very calm out of the gate from Coyle. So through the first 2 fences with no dramas. Moving around that long turn from 3 to 4. Oh dear. But Natalia's got 4 down, so that's 7 penalty points immediately. Another sweeping turn to 6, and this is where the course gets really interesting. You've got 2 options. You can go wide around or a little tighter inside fence number 3 to set up for 7. And it's that tighter line that Natalia Coyle has taken. And then fairly flat into that last jump. So into the transition area, and out goes Arthur Lanigan O'Keefe. Little pat on the horse's neck and a go on. Plenty of encouragement from the Irishman for his horse, and this looks really good. Bounds over 3. Lining up 4 and 5, and it'll be interesting to see how tight he goes coming off 6. So far, so good for Ireland. Good work. Can he preserve the score? Well, he wasn't too happy with himself there. He's let the horse drift, but he's got it back under control. 2 fences to go. First one successfully negotiated. Now the final fence, and can he get in under the time? Yes, he can. 2:93 then for Ireland. That's great riding. 7th position for the USA coming into the riding section. So Margot Isaacson and Nathan Scrimshire. Both decent riders, but in particular Isaacson is a lovely horsewoman, really good to watch. So nice timing to the start of this round, and as she gets the horse comfortable, just watch her ramp this up, start to move through the gears. And clear so far. So from 5 to 6, nice tight turn into that 6th fence. Oh, and even tighter coming out. That's the closest we've seen in terms of the turn. And comfortably over 7, benefiting now from really good lines through this course. And Isaacson is going to hand over with that 300 score still intact. But Nathan Scrimshire not quite as comfortable on the horse, but he's got plenty of time here to try and make absolutely certain. First 2 fences comfortably jumped. It's all good for the USA at the moment. And remember, decent performance in the riding really does set you up for the combined. Oh, that is careless. The horse very lazy with its back legs to take down fence number 5. So there are penalties, and he's given 6 a rattle, and he's just got a little bit wide, nearly took the flowers out, but gets control again. Oh dear me, and a very strange stride pattern into 7, but the horse gets him out of trouble. And over the final fence, and they are just going to pick up a couple of time penalties, but well, 2:91, they know it could have been better. The Czech Republic, without doubt, medal contenders. 5th position coming into the riding test. Natalie Dianova, and Yankov for that matter, very, very steady when it comes to the equestrian side of this sport. And this is really ambitious from Dianova. That is super tight coming into 4, pops it over 5 as well. And at the moment, that maximum score still looking good. Very tight, beautifully ridden from Dianova. And then just takes her time coming to 7. Had to work with the horse there and convince it to go. got its head up, and it's got its head up for the final fence as well, but she's dealt with that quite beautifully. So into the transition area. And so far so good. The Czech Republic looking to set things up for the combined with a really good show jumping section. Now Jan Kuff still suffering from that broken finger that he sustained in the fencing earlier in the season. And if you think fencing's tough with a broken finger, try controlling the reins on a horse that you haven't ridden much at all. And he's doing a super job. This is a really confident performance from both the Czech Republic athletes. Just a little look back at that section that he wants to move to between the fences. And the horse doing everything that Jan Kuff wants here. Absolutely superb. Little rattle on that final fence. They are going to get time penalties, but 2.97, the best score of the day. And that will set them up nicely for the combined. Smiles all round for the Czech Republic. China will be a little concerned ahead of this section. It'll be Chen Qian to get things underway, followed by Guo Jianli. But certainly not their favoured part of the day. So Chen to get things underway, and that's not a great start, I'm afraid. The first fence down, and already a worried look on Chen Qian's face, and she doesn't look relaxed at all. And I'm afraid she's transmitting some of those feelings to the horse. A real cat leap at 2. Trying to get control, but pulling very hard on those reins. And the horses pick up on this. Well, she's got it across. That was so close to a refusal. But she'll take that. Keeps some sort of momentum in this round, but you can just see the way the horse is behaving. He is not happy at all with Chen Qian on his back, and Chinese tactics to take that very wide line, so going around the back of fence 3. But just look how long it takes to get back to 7, and that's going to cause all sorts of problems on the clock. Best part of a minute already gone. And Chen Qian just about gets it over the final fence. Not a confident ride, and China with some problems here. So Guo Jianli heads out, and he too not looking at all happy. Well, it's almost an impossible task for him now. 2.86, really the lowest that they can let that score go. And the horse almost running the show. Well, I guess at least Guo is giving him his head here, letting him do his work, just trying to line him up to the fences, and he's very lucky there. Once again, the same wide line. Valuable seconds just vanishing on the clock. Over 7, lining it up for this final jump. But the damage, I'm afraid, has been done for China, and it doesn't matter how fast he goes from there. The Chinese challenge is done.
Next up, the hosts, and a chance for Germany to really stay in contention with a strong score.
Great performance in the bonus fencing from Germany. And that's just given them a little bit of impetus coming into this riding section. So Janine Coleman to get things underway. Laying in 3rd place at the moment in front of the home crowd. They'll want to be there or thereabouts heading into the combined. Good start from Coleman on this. At the moment, looking pretty comfortable out there. Seeing the fences really well. Good tight line. Coming inside that 3rd fence. And then back to 7. And this looks really nice, and it's not bad on the clock either. So she's going to hand over to Christian Zillekens in a really good position. So Zillekens has to keep this together now. Lines it up for fence 2. Nicely done. And neither of the German athletes seeming to have any problem at all. The horse really picking up for his rider over fence 3. Into 4. Oh, clipped it. Took off the upright with the back leg. And a pole down means 7 points off that 300 score. Really can't afford any more errors here, and he's nearly gone into the flowers at the side of fence 3. Camera operator down there in the ring, fearing for his safety at that point, and he's recovered brilliantly. Well, it's going to cause them problems on the clock, that mistake, but Zilliken's doing a fine job under some serious pressure. Yes, indeed, heart in the mouth time.
The penultimate riders were second-place South Korea, who could not afford to slip up.
Young Sujin. They need to keep pressure on the rest of the teams around them. Unfortunately for them, they've got to try and do that in the ride test, and this is certainly not their favourite part of the day. But that's the test that modern pentathlon presents. Again, a little tickle on 4. That innocuous 4th fence has been a real problem for the riders today. Oh, nearly a refusal at 6. She did really well to spur the horse on, and that's easily the tightest turn we've seen back to 7. And I think that's repaired some of the damage. So yes, 7 penalties for that fence down at 4, but 293 is still a respectable score. And Huang, I'm afraid, has done more damage. Huang Wujin needs to be right on it from here. Just can't afford any more problems out there on the course, and he's trying to race this round, has increased the pace, doesn't want time penalties, but that's a risky strategy. Oh, has to dig deep for 5 and just can't get the front legs over the jump. Round for 6, tries to calm it down, but he's going to go tight here. He's had the fence down and he's down. Well, that was just too tight a line. The horse was not interested. And the legs just skidding away from underneath Huang. And he's a lucky boy there. No serious damage done to rider or horse. Well, they always say, don't they, get back on the horse after a fall. That's exactly what Huang's had to do. But I'm afraid this has put pay to Korea's challenge today, and that is a disappointing ride section, and the coach knows it. And let's have a look at exactly what happened. Has the fence down and then tries that tight turn. Horse goes one way, he goes the other.
With South Korea faltering, leaders Russia were the final team to take to the course.
Anna Burjak and Maxim Kutsov started with a fabulous swim this morning, and they've kind of continued their momentum from there. First fence down though for Anna, so not a great start. But let's be honest, they've got a little bit of room here. They've got some points to play with. Both athletes very good in the combined. But really, good score here would be the icing on the cake. And that's a lovely bit of riding from Anna Burjak, and just shows how confident the Russians are at the moment. They've taken the wide line there, so not too concerned about the clock, coming from 6 to 7. And just gets it over that final jump. So into the transition area, and out goes Maxim Kustov. Now Kustov, again, another very good horseman. Got control of the horse, the ears pricked up and alert. Now this is the tricky fence that's caused problems, and it's caused problems again. Front legs taking down fence 4, so more damage to that Russian score, and this is starting to make it interesting now. It's going to be a tight start to this combined. He gives 6 a real rattle, cuts inside the 3rd fence, so the tighter line for Maxim. And that's beautifully over 7. Well, wants as little damage done on the clock as possible, and that's a good finish. And that score will mean that Russia head out in the lead in the combined.
The top 2 scores then going to the Czech Republic and the Irish, while that disastrous ride from South Korea dropped them out of the top 10. Russia went into the final stage with a slim time advantage over the Czech Republic and Germany. Consistent performances through the day from the USA and Poland had left both with a reasonable chance of gate-crashing the podium.
I'm a little bit scared. I know that we have 16 seconds to the podium, and this is a lot actually. Especially in relay, because you have only two times 800, and all the competitors, they are very fast, and I think the shooting will be the most important. If we shoot well, I think maybe we will fight for the third place, maybe for the second.
Going into combine, both good. It's only half the distance, so we're going to push it and give it our all, and we'll see at the end of the race.
Yeah, I'd say I think we both want to redeem ourselves from not so strong individual performances, and it's really all about taking it one step at a time. I know for me a big focus is shooting, and it's about gaining experience here, and I just kind of let the pieces fall where they may. So if we're on the podium at the end of this, it'll be great. If not, then that's okay too. It's all a learning experience, and Nate and I are ready to give it our all. You want to perform for your teammate. I know we've been apologizing to each other, which is something you should never do for different things. Nate definitely picks up my slack sometime, and vice versa, but we make a great team, and I know, I mean, I love Nathan like a brother, so it's always a pleasure to be able to compete with him.
It's awesome. We've got a great team, and it's a fun day, and yeah, it's stressful, but rely on each other and go all the way.
Yep.
And so to the final event, the combined, with the women leading the teams off. An initial shoot is followed by 800 metres, before a second shoot and a final 800 metres. The men then follow suit all the way to the finish. The Russians with a slim lead in front of a talented chasing pack.
There's going to be a certain hunted feeling about this performance from Russia today. But they are strong in the combined, we know that. And the first 2 laps of the run undertaken by Anna Burjak. Coming away from the start. Czech Republic 4 seconds down, then Germany. Janine Coleman 9 seconds back from that. Just get the feeling we're going to see quite a few of these athletes closing up very close. So first visit to the range. 5 targets with these laser pistols. And you don't want to be hanging around. It's a 50-second bar, so you can do some real damage to your time. If you can't hit the targets, you'll be in there for the best part of a minute. And that's not quite as smooth as Russia would have liked. But away and running, Burjak out onto the first loop, and neck and neck, Czech Republic and Germany. So Dianova has already had that 5-second margin closed down by Janine Coleman. Zaxon of the USA shouldn't be far behind them. And into the range, Tonietti next to Octavia Nowaska. And you heard how confident the Polish pair were feeling. They think a medal is on here. But Burjak of Russia. Lovely flowing running style. And when you look at a day's competition, you just get to see the different strengths of the athletes. But once again, it is the athlete who has that amazing ability to combine across all 5 events that will come away with the spoils at the end of the day. German teammates placed strategically around this course in Berlin to just try and keep Coleman pushing in the first part of this race, just tucking in behind the Czech Republic and Dianova. Been very impressed actually with the way that Dianova and Kuf have conducted themselves throughout today. And there's Asadaskaite. That's a familiar sight, isn't it? Asadaskaite just pounding her way through the course. And she can afford to do that because with just 2 laps, this is virtually a sprint for her, and she's treating it as such, and she's going to try and close down as many positions as she can. A little more circumspect, though, from Burjak, the Russian. And already that thought process will be gearing up for the next visit to the range. Dianova holding off Coleman, but Coleman looks to me as if she's working very hard. Got some pink kinesiology tape on the right thigh, so an indication there that there's a bit of a strain. Christoph, the first man to speak to his partner as she comes into this finish area on the sand. Keeping it nice and steady. Good rhythm, good tempo, and Anna Burjak has maintained a decent lead throughout her part of this combined section. Into the range then for her second and final visit. Dianova holding off Coleman as they come to the line, so it'll be Czech Republic in second place and Germany in third, as Asadaskaite continues to rampage her way through this field. Margot Isaacson along with Chen Qian coming through the line as well and heading towards the range, but Berjak now with a bit of space here and, well, nervous reload, and she's struggling, gulping some air in and trying to calm that heart rate down. And Asadaskaite is on a mission. Unbelievable stuff from the Lithuanian, and finally Berjak gets things under control to hit all 5 targets, and she's just lucky that nobody else has found their rhythm in the range. And with Dianova and Coleman struggling, Chen and Isaacson have got chances here, and Chen is away in second place. My goodness me, big change on the leaderboard. So Dianova and Coleman finally follow Chen out, but that's a big move for China into second place. Berjak with a bit of renewed vigour. She will have been very worried when she couldn't hit target 3, but showed some good experience and maturity there. Couple of deep breaths, got things under control again. And with that lack of impetus from the athletes around her in the range, she was able to come out with a solid lead once more. So Berjak heading towards that change with Maxim Kustov. And Russia still in pole position for a gold medal here in the mixed relay in Berlin. But Asadaskaite is so fiercely determined. It's just marvellous to see her running. And no surprise that she has taken out a huge chunk from the rest of this field. Chen, very different, bustling running style, but effective nonetheless. Onto the grass section of this course. They've got some grass, some concrete and some sand to deal with, and that's always interesting come the end of a long day. And the legs are just starting to feel it. But Chen now with a very clear picture of exactly where she is in this field. And she'll be trying to hold off the challenge of the chasing pack. But from Berjak's point of view, she knew exactly what she had to do at the start of this combined phase, and she's done the job quite superbly. Okay, little stutter in the range, but she's away and clear. And Asadaskaite is still moving through this combined phase as if it is, well, an 800-metre race on its own. And a little smile there as she moves through to the changeover with partner Maxim Kustov. And that's really smoothly done as well. You'll be surprised how many things can go wrong in that area, but the Russians very, very smoothly through. And that means Kustov is going to have an uninterrupted visit to the range. And look at this, Dianova with a bit left in the tank, and she's running Chen down. And Prokopenko, number 9, Belarus. Fantastic finish to her combined. And things bunching up now very closely indeed. Belarus just getting that touch before the transition area ran out. Now Kustov is not going particularly well in the range. 2 shots at target 2, and that means that he's now got company. Oh, how is your nerve, Maxim? Well, it's pretty good. As soon as the others arrived, he finally got it together. So Kustov away on his own, and he'll be chased down by Kuf of the Czech Republic, and China as well, still in the hunt with Guo. Good recovery from Ireland. But that's a nice chasing pack. So Russia still out in the lead, but that group of athletes are going to be able to just work with each other and keep that pace nice and strong. Kuf on his own in second, just ahead of Guo from China. Lovely smooth running style, very relaxed shoulders. Slightly more energetic from Kustov, but he's clearly feeling good. He wouldn't be running like this if he didn't feel that he's got plenty left in the legs to see this day out and claim gold for Russia here in Berlin. Well, this is a cracking race developing, and the range may still have a say in where these medals go. Remember, we started Russia, Czech Republic, Germany. That was how we came into this combined. We've had plenty of changes back and forth within the women's section of the race. Things seem to have stabilised once again in favour of Russia. So Kustov still leading. And Kinderis having a private battle at the moment with the German Zillikens. Kinderis handed a fantastic position by that amazing run from Asadaskaite. She shot well as well. Well, at the moment, no real change in the separation between our top three. So Kuf looking comfortable in second, just maintaining that lead over Gyo. And Kustov heading towards the range now for his final visit. And after a slightly shaky start with the pistol first time around, you feel that if they want gold here, without too many dramas, he's got to get this right. Kuf looking very calm and collected as he comes through the line, 14 seconds off the pace. And as that chasing pack heads through to the range, Gyo 18 seconds down. USA and Scrimshire 20 seconds off the pace, along with Arthur Lanigan and O'Keefe of Ireland. Well, I said we could be heading for an exciting finish, but I still think the range could be influential here. And once again, Kustov does not look comfortable. Kuf alongside him will be making the Russian feel the pressure, and look at this, they're neck and neck and Kuf is away. Mistake from Kustov on that final target, and that could cost Russia everything. Look at that movement away from the range from Kuf. That is a man on a mission. That's a man going for gold. And Kustov, I'm afraid, has blown it at the range. Can he hang on for a medal? All of a sudden, he's back to that chasing pack, and Scrimshire, brilliantly away, moved right through the field with that shoot. USA into third position. So that's your 1, 2, 3 at the moment. Czech Republic, Russia, USA. And with just the final part of this run left, well, the adrenaline is flowing, no doubt about that, but this is testament to the unbelievable fitness of the modern pentathletes. And Kustov, well, his heart will be heavy moving away from the range, because gold was there for the taking. But that problem on the 5th target in particular has cost him so much time. And all he'll be able to see now is Kuf flying in front. Well, a little bit of pain there etched on the face of the Czech Republic athlete, but when you're in this position, you can deal with that. This is what you train for. This is what you dream of, an opportunity in the World Championships to win. And look at Margot Isaacson just sprinting down to her partner Scrimshire and screaming at him to just keep going. Oh, the smile now replaces the pain as Kuf heads round the corner to the line, and it is going to be Czech Republic's day in the mixed relay here in Berlin. A little check over the shoulder to make sure he can enjoy the celebrations here. He's got no pressure. It is gold for Dianova and Kuf. A fabulous performance from them today, and that is a thoroughly deserved win. And for Kustov, well, he's so upset, but greeted by his partner Anna Burjak. That was a nice touch as he crosses the line for silver. And roared on by Isaacson. Nathan Scrimshire just about kept ahead of Arthur Lanigan O'Keefe. So Ireland finish in 4th position. USA get the bronze. And Russia takes silver just behind the Czech Republic. Well, Germany and Lithuania locked in that battle for the last part of this race, but it's Germany that just get it ahead of the Lithuanian Kinderis. But the Czech Republic flags are waving here in Berlin, and deservedly so. Mixed relay once again proving what an exciting event it is. But it's Dianova and Kuf that take gold.
The Czech duo victorious, with Russia in 2nd and the Americans finishing strongly for 3rd. An impressive combine from Ireland and Lithuania ensured both with top 10 finishes.
It's amazing competition for us today, especially after our injuries. I had a 2 years stop with competing, so for me it's really good to come back, so I am really happy. I don't know what to say else.
I don't know, really happy. I've never won actually anything, so this is the first time, and it's just amazing.
We are thankful for second place, but of course after leading we expected to win. But it was a hard day and we didn't quite have the energy to finish first.
We were sure we'd finish top 3, but we knew it'd be very difficult to finish first.
Overall we're very happy because we worked very hard for the medals, and thank you to the organisers. We are pleased with how the whole day went.
It's always nice to get a reward for your hard work.
It's been a tough year, lots of stuff going on, and finished off here, and then we have Pan Am's here in a few weeks, to kind of end off the season, and yeah, just super excited about it, and awesome day tomorrow. It's super.
Anytime I can stand on the podium with Nathan, it definitely is high on the list, and tears. I had tears in my eyes today when we finished, and the emotion was on my face. Like, I'm so proud of Nate, and a lot of stuff happened this year, but we're pushing forward, and I hope we get to experience the Olympics together, and moving on. He's one of my best friends, so it's happy to be together.
So it's the Czech Republic who take the crown on another top day of action in the modern pentathlon. Join us early next year for the start of the 2016 World Cup Series.